So at the time of recording this video, we are pretty much halfway through the month of January 2021. But honestly, with everything going on, it still very much feels like the year 2020. But since we're still giving off those 2020 vibes, I figured it would be pretty fun to do a video on my favorite technology pickups for the year 2020. So pretty much all the gear and tech that I picked up that I planned on doing reviews on, but never got around to it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my favorite gear and also give you guys my perspective and outlook or some of the things I'm looking forward to in the year 2021. But before we begin, as always, my name is Fran, and here on the channel I make videos all about technology. I do reviews, I do opinion pieces, and sometimes I make videos about my favorite gadgets. So if you like what you see in today's video thus far, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Alright, so let's go ahead and kick things off with my favorite tech pickup of the year 2020, and we'll kind of work our way backwards from there. So my number one pick is actually the Apple M1 Mac Mini. Now, I absolutely love this system. This thing is an absolute game changer. Not only did the M1 Mac Mini save me over $5,500 USD by not picking up that custom Mac Pro that I was about to pull the trigger on, but I decided to wait until I tried out the M1 Mac Mini, and I'm glad I actually did, because this thing is absolutely insane when it comes to performance, in creativity work, and even just some of the basic day-to-day tasks that you would typically be doing. My M1 Mac Mini completely tears through photo and video editing applications, is quick and snappy for more basic productivity applications such as browsing the internet and launching applications such as Microsoft Word and Excel, but something that people don't really talk about, but the M1 Mac Mini is also extremely good at decoding and encoding video for live streams. Now, I don't want to get too much into that because I'm trying to save some goodies for my full review, but just know that the Apple Silicon platform as a whole is just an absolutely fantastic platform, and I'm extremely excited to look forward towards the future and see what they're going to be doing with the next generation of products. So speaking of looking forward towards the future, in the year 2021, that's exactly what I'm looking forward to, the next generation of Apple Silicon computers. So whether that might be the Apple M1X or Apple M2, whatever they decide to call it, we've seen what they've done with the first generation, and we can only imagine that it's going to get much better in the next generation. So more cores, more unified memory, and pretty much everything that comes along with it. But yes, the Apple M1 Mac Mini, my favorite piece of tech for the year 2020. But let's move on to the next item on the list. Alright, so for the next item on my list, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my Apple fanboy hat and let you know that that item is the latest generation iPhone 12. Alright, so this might be a little bit of a hot take, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. The latest generation iPhone 12 is the best smartphone ever made. Not the best iPhone, but the best smartphone that's ever been made. Now, I've come to this conclusion for a number of reasons. Not only is the latest generation iPhone 12 one of the fastest smartphones that I've ever used, but it also comes equipped with a bright and gorgeous OLED display, 4 fantastic cameras that are capable of capturing breathtaking images, fantastic battery life, and of course 5G if your carrier supports it. But those are just some of the reasons why I think this is one of the best smartphones. But the real main reason, the number one reason, actually has to do with the design. Personally, I think Apple did a fantastic job by going back to the squared off edges, the overall fit and finish, and my favorite color, which would be space gray, and then of course that edge-to-edge glass. It's really reminiscent of the previous generation iPhone 5S, which was one of my favorite iPhones. Now, looking into the future for the year 2021, as much as I absolutely love the current generation iPhone 12, there's always going to be room for some sort of improvement. And if there's going to be one thing that I'd ask for out of the next generation iPhone, that would be a high refresh rate display, or as Apple calls it, their ProMotion display. I think adding that ProMotion display technology is really going to take the iPhone to the next level, but of course we have heard rumors of Apple also doing that the next generation, so for now we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, so for the next item on my list, we're going to switch gears and talk about something that's not an Apple product. So my next item on my list is actually NVIDIA's Ampere lineup of graphics cards. So last year, NVIDIA came out with their flagship lineup of Ampere graphics cards, which included the RTX 3090, 3080, 3070, 3060 Ti, then most recently announced the RTX 3060, which is actually the card I'm most excited about, and I'll tell you guys why in just a moment. Now, I was lucky enough to get my hands on both the RTX 3080 and 3070, and if you know anything about the graphics card market nowadays, that's a pretty hard thing to do. Now, both of these graphics cards are typically targeted exclusively towards gamers, but what a lot of people don't understand is that these cards are actually pretty great for creativity work as well. So while I'm able to tear through Cyberpunk 2077 with ray tracing on in my gaming system that's equipped with the RTX 3080, my editing system that's equipped with the RTX 3070 is able to tear through 4K, 6K, and even 8K video editing without missing a beat. Now looking forward into the future, or the year 2021, the thing I'm most excited about here is NVIDIA's additions to the Ampere lineup. So as I just mentioned, they recently announced the RTX 3060, and while this is a weaker card than all the others, the reason why it's so exciting to me is because it comes with 12 gigabytes of VRAM. And this is really great for creativity work because the more available VRAM you have, the more things you can actually throw at your graphics card in video editing, photo editing, and 3D rendering. So in the future, I am hoping to see that rumored 20 gigabyte version of the 3080 Ti and that rumored 16 gigabyte version of the 3070 Ti. But for now, that's pretty much all speculation. Alright, so the next item on my list is the Sony A7S Mark III. Now, in the year 2020, Sony was absolutely killing it. They came out with the Sony ZV-1, the Sony A7C, and even the Sony FX6, but none of these cameras was more anticipated than the Sony A7S Mark III. This camera is pretty much a content creator's dream. It's a full frame camera. It shoots in frame rates up to 120 frames per second in 4K. It shoots raw output through its HDMI port and can shoot in a various amount of codecs in 4:2 10-bit. Pretty much is a do-it-all camera. Now looking forward into the future, or into the year 2021, in this segment, the thing I'm most excited about is the next generation Sony A7 IV, which should be a little bit more of a well-rounded hybrid camera instead of the hyper-focused video camera that the Sony A7S III is. There's also some other rumors in the pipeline talking about a Canon R5 competitor which will shoot in 8K, might be an A9 or something along those lines. Either way, I'm super excited for that if the rumors are true. And the final item, or items on my list, is the next generation of gaming consoles, the Xbox Series X and the Sony PlayStation 5. Now, I already did a mini review of the Xbox Series X here on the channel, and it's pretty safe to say that folks weren't really happy with my take on the actual console, so I'm gonna probably not do a review on the Sony PlayStation 5. But however, I will say that I absolutely love both of these consoles. I was really happy to be able to pick them up last year, but what I'm looking forward to in the year 2021 is really just next generation titles, next generation games that really can show off the power of these next gen consoles. We don't really get these, console cycles every so often. They generally come around every 5 or 10 years, and I'm just really looking forward to what they do with this current lineup of hardware. And for some notable mentions that didn't quite make the list, first is the LG CX. I got this pretty late in the year, and I'm not quite sure if I really like the TV just yet, and haven't gotten a chance to use it that much. And then also the AMD Zen 3 lineup of CPUs. I picked up the 5600 and the 5900. Again, haven't even finished my build on those systems yet, so I'm not quite sure if they're actually fast or if they're actually worth the money. And also, I ended up picking up the RX 6800 XC. Again, another AMD product that I haven't quite used yet. I'm not sure if I like it or if I'd recommend it. But that is going to be it for my list of my favorite tech gear that I picked up in the year 2020 that I made here in the year 2021. Either way, I'm just really excited to get back to creating content and creating videos for you guys here on the channel. And I don't say this every year, but 2021 is my year when we're really going to blow this channel up. Once again, guys, my name is Fran. Thanks for checking out this video. Oh yeah, leave a comment down below if you have any questions. And don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in my next video.